KTN News.
All right, 4 o'clock today, right, every eyes will be kept peeled on what will be happening from Catholic University of East Africa. Every ear will be kept out as well to listen in on that presidential debate that will be carried out today. Whether he will appear or not, that is Right Honorable Raila Odinga. That is a question that we eagerly wait to be answered this morning. And just also allow me to rope in Emmanuel To, our reporter here, to just tell us more on this and other developments as far as politics is concerned. Remember, tomorrow is a big day for Mike Sonko, where the Supreme Court will make its pronouncements regarding whether he will be on the ballot or not. He had challenged that, so we'll hear what will be happening. Today also, the DCI will be making a meeting, or they'll be actually the trio that we know from Venezuela will be appearing before the DCI this morning to be interrogated by the DCI. So that is forming some of the questions that I want to pose to Emmanuel To. Good morning, good to see you.
Good to see you too, Dibal.
Yes, so everyone is looking forward to today's presidential debate. Is Raila Odinga in any way taking the thunder out of his debate, from your own assessment? If he's not appearing, that is.
Of course, definitely it is going to be a very big stage, going by the details of the numbers that were given by the Media Council of Kenya a few days ago, that showed that over 30 plus million Kenyans showed up, or of course tuned in to listen or to watch the debate that was there, the deputy presidential debate. But as my colleague Moremi Mwangi has just mentioned in that story that is already done, there were people who did not show up for the debate, and they went and won. We're talking about President Uhuru Kenyatta, who is completing his term in about 2 weeks. So as much as that is the case, we expect that we still have a few hours to go. Maybe Raila will change his mind, maybe not, but we'll be keeping our eyes and ears on the ground. But most importantly is the issue about the other presidential candidates who've also put demands on the table. Ruto has said, Deputy President William Ruto has said that he is not going to show up if he's going to debate Wajakoya and others who have polled below 5%. And of course, we've also seen Raila Odinga saying he's not coming if he's going to debate Ruto. We've seen Wajakoya and of course others giving their demands, and it's only a Agano Party presidential candidate, Wahiga Maure, who is not given any demands as yet.
We have that interesting editorial cartoon there that Ozona has drawn for us this morning, and we can see Wajakoya looking for only there. We have Wahiga Maure there. Raila is peeping from behind there, so it could be maybe not that he'll be appearing. But Deputy President now has said that he will not appear if it's to debate Wajakoya.
Definitely. Okay. And of course, that is the problem and the hard task for the secretariat that is organizing this, because they had set grounds, and you cannot change the rules midway.
Yeah.
That it is, if you polled below 5%, you'll have your debate from 5 p.m. to around 7 p.m. The rest who have polled over 5%, which is who are Raila Odinga of the Azimio team, and of course Deputy President William Ruto of UDA, will have their time from 8 p.m. So we don't know if Ruto is going to be the only one there. Is he going to be given the full airtime over 2 hours of debating himself? That's something that is there to be analyzed. And of course, if Raila Odinga is going to hold his town hall meeting at Jericho, are we going to split the screens? Are we going to split the radios? How are you going to handle that? That is one of the biggest challenges that is there today. But things might change.
Raila will be the loser, because this was an argument, and every Kenyan knows that every media house, every radio station, for that matter, every electronic media will be engaged on the presidential debate. For him now to expect also to get coverage, I think also that will be overplaying his hands, because he's not really playing by the rules. So you don't also to expect, I don't know, I'm just trying to put a thought on the table here, but from your own assessment, don't you think then that will be asking too much? Resources have been dedicated to the presidential debate. He again now is in Jericho, and why does he choose to have the same meeting providentially the same day at the same time, if that's on the table? I don't know about the arrangement of that particular Jericho town hall.
Yeah. Perhaps maybe the best way to look at this is to flip the coin and assume that Deputy President William Ruto is the one who said he's not showing up, and saying that he will hold his town hall meeting somewhere in Kakamega or somewhere. will the media have a split coverage, or will the media be going to give them the equal coverage? Perhaps this is one of the decisions that have to be made today, because we have a few hours, about 7 or 8 hours to go, and Kenyans will be tuned to see what will happen. But everything, any minute, every minute, anything can change. But most importantly, Dibal, maybe something that we should focus our energy so much about is the statement that came from the IBC late in the night at around 1 or 3 a.m. today, responding to the questions that were raised about the Venezuelans and the stickers and all that. I don't know whether you've seen the document, but it is, some Kenyans have interrogated it and said that it is opaque. It is not very clear as to the questions that were raised by the DCI. There was that issue about the Venezuelans. The whole statement, about 13 points that were mentioned by the IBC, does not mention anything to do with the Venezuelans and how they came into the country, with the DCI saying that they did not have valid passports. Their passports had expired in 2019 and 2020 respectively, for two nationals, the Venezuelan nationals. And those are some of the questions that are being raised. And of course, the stickers, whether they hold any prominence or any import towards the general election. And IBC had previously said the stickers have sensitive information. But in this statement that was issued today, it says the data, all the stickers have non-strategic implications. So what does it mean?
Non-strategic implications, we are given to understand the stickers are for the KIMS kit. So they have non-strategic implications as it is right now. KIMS kits also have been a big sort of a powder keg when it comes to even the 2017 general election. So we eagerly wait to hear from the DCI and this interrogation. But from your own assessment, do you think the DCI overplayed their hands? Is this what also is being projected by what you're telling me? Or?
Of course, there will be always a political bearing to any situation that comes up any minute from now. But in my opinion, the DCI have just done their work, because they have to check in. If the documents they're showing us are really genuine, then there will be cause for alarm, because you have 3 people coming into the country. It is said 2 of them did not have valid passports. How did they pass all the way? Because they left Venezuela to Panama, to Turkey, then to JKI in Nairobi. So how did they pass through that? Who is telling the truth and who is not? Secondly, why did they carry such material that has a unique barcode that will identify the 10,000 KIMS kits that are across the country? How did they carry them in personal luggage?
Yes.
And why didn't they, of course, give the details that, of course, Mohammed Abdullahi Abdi, the new character in the game, what is his main role? The IBC have said that Mohammed Abdullahi was, they haven't mentioned him directly, but they've said they had an agreement, a deal with Smartmatic International Holdings BV, that they should have an agent in Nairobi. But Mohammed Abdullahi Abdi is the CEO of Seamless Limited, not an agent of Smartmatic. So some questions are still lingering, Dibal.
Indeed, those are very poignant questions that need answers, especially in a critical moment like this, when we got only 3 days left on the calendar towards the general election. And we shall be interrogating that and much more during the day, when we'll get more information from the DCI in terms of the appearance of his Venezuelans in this particular saga that we have as far as IBC and Smartmatic and Venezuelans is concerned. Allow me to buckle down a bit on what is happening on the business diary this morning. I want just to also open Kelvin Nyakundi to tell us more on what is on the business diary this morning. We have some good tidings from IMF. The World Economic Report is bound to be released later today. Is that so? Good morning.
Good morning, Dibal. Yes, we have IMF releasing the economic outlook today, and this economic outlook is usually released twice a year, where we have the near and medium terms report being released. It basically looks at the economic outlook for the industrial countries and also for the developing countries, where Kenya is one of the developing countries. And also, just to remind us all and also our viewers, about a week ago, IMF disbursed 23 billion shillings to Kenya in order to support their economic growth. And also, out of releasing this, Kenyans came up asking, why is IMF still giving money to Kenya? Now, when we look at IMF, they gave a report saying that Kenya is on good tidings, especially when it comes to the fiscal operations. And also, when we talk about fiscal operations, we are talking about the payroll, we are talking about the